was your first introduction into Bob Marley's life? I mean, how'd you guys meet?
Well, in the music scene in Jamaica, you have to realize that the music scene in Jamaica is very small, and everybody know everybody as far as the music goes. And there was just a few recording studios, which was back then was West Indies, now which is called was after change to Dynamics. Then you have Randy's, and then you have Channel One,
Hmm.
and before that you used to have like Duke Reed and Coxsone.
Okay.
So there wasn't a lot of studio around.
Okay.
And like I said, back then, everybody would meet certain places in town, King Street,
Okay.
so that's how we able to meet, as far as musician and artists. Because like a everyday life,
Okay.
everybody would be in certain places at the time, and they
Sure.
would, in the morning time, I get up, take a shower, jump in my, car, and we would go to Randy's or some place. I would see
Sure.
everybody, would be out there, talking about music and talking about life and about certain other things.
Hmm.
So that's where you would most time meet different people, artists and musicians. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's where we get to meet, and you know, in the music business, like I said again with Bob, and with my group Syndicate was a very popular group, like I said, recording way back in the early days, so and do so much work with everybody you can think of, and
Okay.
including the Whalers, original Whalers,
Hmm.
and when all these stations, that's of course we able to meet and becomes good friends, and just to meet. A good story too. It's a little bit funny, but at one time when we were recording, I remember we were at Randy's recording Sun is Shining, and Tony couldn't really catch that rhythm, jang it, jang it, jang it, and it was a problem, and Bob get upset. I was getting all kind of out of shape to Tony, and we had to get mad at Bob, and say, hey man, this not, man, be yourself. And Peter was one of the man who come and quiet it down and stuff. So
Sure.
it just show you how the vibes was at that time.
Sure.
As young guys coming in the music. So,
Sure.
and after that, Bob becomes good friends and very respectable. Never passed me on the street, never.
Wow.
If Bob is driving or walking, I'm saying, Fully, what happened? Even present time. I remember Tony saying was someplace, or he was in England someplace, and Bob, he was there at the show. Tony was playing with the Diamonds, I think, was on the same show. And Bob said to Tony, so Tony, what happened to Fully? We're Fully there. Oh, I'm not there. I'm there. Asks me all the time. Matter of fact, when Bob got shot,
Uh-huh.
and we him did a show a couple days after in at Tivoli Garden.
Okay.
Family Man and a couple of these guys
And
didn't
Tivoli
want.
Garden was where was Tivoli Garden at?
Tivoli Garden was in Kingston,
Okay.
12 Spongeton Road.
Okay. Cool.
And Family Man didn't turn up because these guys, people were afraid to come.
Mm.
And Bob was looking for me to play bass. I was there, and I said, well, man, I don't know if I want to go on stage, man, and play. I don't know what would be the situation. Bob was asking me, fully. So, it's stuff like that. But, like I say, I have a lot of respect for Bob, and the
Sure.
same thing for him too with me, because
Sure.
when we were doing our album Syndicate, we did it at his recording studio
Okay.
in Kingston, and a matter of fact too,
Okay. Tough.
it's
Tough Guns.
Tough Gun.
Okay.
And guess what? One night I remember that was like 2 days after. That's when Jacob Miller died, because Jacob Miller was there, and me and Bob, Jacob Miller, China, and Tony were standing there talking about music. And when Jacob was saying, Fully, well, man, I want to come join Soul Syndicate, and we're talking, and Bob, the whole of us was out there hanging out and just talking, and next day we're at the studio, and that's when Jacob drive off, went down, and then, getting involved in the accident.
Okay. Now, what about when Jacob Miller passed away? Before that, I mean, had you had a chance to do some recordings with him and do some performances with him? And
Well, Jacob Miller, we did. I'm not 100% sure if we did live recording. Probably, I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But
yeah.
Jacob Miller was with Inner Circle.
Okay.
And that was
That was
his
his
main
band.
band, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Inner Circle.
Sure.
And Chino used to do a lot of work with them
Okay.
also and produce Jacob Miller and stuff. But we do a lot of shows, yes, live shows with Jacob. And Jacob wanted to be
Sure.
a member of Source Niket.
Okay.
Yeah.